Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. A new semester has started. Thank you all very much for selecting this course entitled The Case Study of WTO Law. The course will be conducted on an English-only basis, which means you can speak but only English in this classroom. This might pose a challenge for you, but not just for you. It's also a challenge for me. Okay. But don't worry too much. I'll keep the speed of my speech not too fast. Okay. As long as you can follow my pace closely, I'm sure by the end of this semester, both your English proficiency and the professional WTO law will improve a lot. When you can't catch a word or an expression during the course, do not panic. And do not get stuck on it. Just skip it or jump over it boldly. Because I will paraphrase the unfamiliar words, or I will repeat the point over and over again. So relax. Just try to follow my pace, okay? Another point is like this. And that's also an advice from me. Remember, never just listen. Just listen. Never do that. But engage all your senses. All your senses, including your seeing, your listening, and even, just these two senses. And try to feel the knowledge. And the content. Okay. Here are some tips for this course. Tips. In Chinese, it's called 小贴士. 小建议. Tip number 1, preview before class by looking up all the unfamiliar words in the teaching materials. Preview before class. Tip number 2. Download an electronic dictionary app. For example, 有道 dictionary or some other apps, and put it at hand in class so that you can look up all the words at any time. Tip number 2. And of course, you can also use simultaneous interpretation software. I can Simultaneous means at the same time. Simultaneous interpretation software means 同声传译软件。Which is tip number 3. I don't recommend it though, but this is at least an alternative method to take the class. Okay, thus far, are you still with me or are you lost? With me, right? Okay, good. And I mentioned one word just now. Proficiency. English proficiency means the level of your English. Whether you have a good command of English. In Chinese, it's called 精通, English proficiency. Okay. I will continue. This course is an elective one. As opposed to required one. Which means there is no final examination. Is that a good news? Yes. Good. No final examination. Therefore, the overall assessment of your performance will be based on the following 3 aspects: attendance, classmates, and regular assignments. Attendance, class performance means your performance in class, and regular assignments. Regular assignments. In Chinese, it's called 平时作业. This is the word to denote homework, something like that. but it's not homework because you are not going to back home to finish the work, right? So we call it assignment. Assignment. These three parts, 1, 2, class performance, 3, will account for 30%, 30%, and 40%. So for the regular assignments, it will reach 40 points. And for this, 30 points. And class involvement, class performance will take up 30 points. Regarding attendance, the first item, I have something to tell you. You are kindly cautioned to inform me in advance if you cannot make it to come to the class. For sickness or whatever reasons, personal or otherwise. You are cautioned to inform me in advance if you cannot make it to the class for sickness or whatever reasons, personal or otherwise. Got it? It's just not sufficient to just report the leave to your counselor. Who's this person? 辅导员。Because I, of all people, am the final decider or evaluator of your final score. Got it? Okay, good. Regarding the second point, class performance. It refers to your class involvement. And for my class, it's all about teacher-student interactions, where I may ask you some questions and you need to give me some answers. Okay? Regarding the regular assignment, regular means 平时的。I will only arrange it once. The assignment primarily or mainly involves the search and sorting of materials. Search and sorting of materials. First, you search the materials, then sort it. As you can see, in the table of contents, how many cases are there in total? How many sections are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 cases in total. 6 of which involves China. As you can see, the countries in the first place, as you can see. In this case, for example, China, is China the complainant or the respondent? Complainant. Respondent. Plaintiff. Defendant. Okay? But in the context of WTO, we gave them a different name. Got it? I think you've learned the course called Legal English, right? Yes or no? Yes. Then, what's a plaintiff? The person who brings a legal lawsuit, right? And what's a defendant? Defendant. I bring a lawsuit against Zhu Yican. Zhu Yican will be the defendant. Good. But in the context of the WTO dispute settlement, we gave them 2 different words. Okay? Complainant, respondent. What about in investor-state arbitration? We've got another 2 names. What are they? What's the plaintiff in the investor-state arbitration? Claimant. Right? And what's the name for the respondent or the defendant? It's also respondent. Okay. What's the verb form of the respondent? Respond, right? Respond. Respond to. 回应. In this case, is China complainant or respondent? China is the respondent. and raw materials would be the subject or theme of the dispute. Okay. What about the complainants? They are omitted. As you can see, there are, I said, there are six cases involving China. But you can only see 5 Chinas here, right? You can count. So you can guess if I tell you this case also concerns China, then can you guess China's role in this case? Is China a complainant? Complainant. What's the verb form of complainant? Complain, right? Complain. 投诉, 抱怨. Complainant means the person who complains. Right? Good. So there are 6 cases. Concerning China. Why? We only talk about these 9 cases? Is that enough? How many cases have you learned in the course of investment law? We don't even know about the number, right? Because there are so many cases. So many cases. But in WTO law, there are only 9 cases. Easy peasy. There are a total of 6 cases which concern China. So all the students sitting here will be divided into 6 groups. With each group responsible for 1 case. I'm talking about the assignment, okay? Listen carefully. The specific legal issues in dispute in each case, the legal issues in dispute in each case need to be accomplished through the division of labor and collaboration among the group members. Division of labor, what does that mean? And collaboration. Good. Each group shall appoint a group leader who is responsible for the division of the workloads. And I will rate or evaluate the materials you searched and sorted based on the workload and work effectiveness. I'll say it again. I will rate each student based on their workload and work effectiveness. When assigning tasks, the team leader should allocate the tasks evenly based on the number of the legal issues in the case. Allocate evenly. It's an easy task. Yes or no? Yes, it's easy. Just locate the relevant parts from the reports and summarize them with your own train of thought. Location. Just locate the relevant parts in the reports, panel reports or AB reports, and then summarize them with your own train of thought. What does this mean? 思路。In the teaching materials or in the textbook I sent you, there are only findings and conclusions of the panels or AB. Reports. There are two kinds of reports, right? In the first instance, it's called a panel report. In the second instance, it's called an AB report, appellate body report. In the materials, in the teaching materials, there are only findings and conclusions of the panels and AB.调查结果，结论。But we cannot find the positions of the complainants and the respondents. I mean, in the teaching materials, there are no. And that's why your task will be to find the positions of the complainants and respondents. And the findings and conclusions of the panels or AB, appellate body. Did you have a general idea about the assignment or task? I'll invite someone to explain it to us in Chinese. Any volunteers? Any volunteers? You'd like to have a try? Good. In English or Chinese, either is okay.
好的，我不是很确定，就是要，我们的教科书上就只有调查结果和结论这两种，所以我们的作业要找到 C 方跟 R 方的关于这个案件的意见。
Yeah, good.
的意见论证，然后我们的组会被分为6组，每组负责一个案子，然后其中每组要选择一个组长。最后老师的评价是根据我们整个组的表现以及组长对这个组内分工的把握，以及每个人组内分工要把自己的贡献写出来。
Thank you very much. You even talked more information than I said. But it's rather good. Actually, in the real world, it's true. When you are listening to English, it's something about guessing. That's something good. It's okay. So, I need you to find or locate the positions of the complainants and respondents and the conclusions and findings of the panel and AB. So that would be 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Complainant's position, respondent's position, judge's position. Who are the judges? They are the judges. This is the first instance. This is the second instance. 一审、二审。The first instance, 一审. The second instance, 二审. How many legal issues are there in one case? There are those with more legal issues, and there are those with fewer, right? So that's unfair. That would lead to unfair results, right? I think most students would like to pick the case with fewer issues, with fewer legal issues. And how to resolve this issue of equality or fairness? How to do that? Then I come up with an idea. The specific case each group is responsible for will be determined by drawing lots. Draw a lot. Drawing lots. In Chinese, it's called 抽签儿. And this will be done by the 6 team leaders. Regarding the language of your work, both the English and Chinese versions are required. Both the Chinese and the English versions are required. Note that if the original text from the report is used, it should be enclosed. It should be enclosed. In quotation marks. Quotation marks. That's why I told you not just listen to the class. Feel it by seeing me. What's this for? What does this mean? What does this mean? Quotation marks. Quotation marks. Okay. Quotation marks. Okay. And the specific source should be noted in a footnote. The specific source. Because this is the content, right? They are enclosed with quotation marks. And then after that, there will be 1 or 2. We call them footnotes, right? The source of the materials should be noted in a footnote. The format of the footnote is like this. Format of the footnote is like this. Like this. Okay. The short name of the case, like this one. China raw materials. I write it here. China raw materials. This is the first part, okay? Look, comma, comma. The second part would be the case serial number. Serial number, for example, WT, DS 3600. World Trade Dispute Settlement. Serial number. Serial number 368, right? This is the second part. And comma, And then is the type of the report. Type of the report. Is it a panel report or AB report? Report type. For example, panel report, you just write down panel report. If it's AB report, you just write down AB report, comma. And then paragraphs. Paragraphs. For example, if the content is from paragraph 200, then it's called para 200. And then, look, period. Period. Or we call it full stop. This is a full stop, is a period. Here. Para, look, para dot. Para dot stands for paragraph. Okay? Then para 200, period. That's the format of the footnote. Okay. Now let's take a 5 minutes break. We'll come back later.